Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Rise rapidly. A sudden forceful flow. Rise and move, as in waves or billows. The army surged forward. Rise or move forward. A sudden or abrupt strong increase. Stimulated a surge of speculation. A large sea wave. Rise or heave upward under the influence of a natural force such as a wave. The boat surged. See one's performance improve. He leveled the score and then surged ahead. Rise rapidly. The dollar soared against the yen. Fly by means of a hang glider. Fly a plane without an engine. The act of rising upward into the air. Fly upwards or high in the sky. Go or move upward. The stock market soared after the ceasefire was announced. Rise rapidly. Rise rapidly. Rise rapidly. Move along very quickly. The act of rising upward into the air. A rapid rise. Move with a low humming noise. A sudden forceful flow. The act of moving hurriedly and in a careless manner. Physician and American Revolutionary leader. Signer of the Declaration of Independence, 1745 to 1813. Urge to an unnatural speed. Don't rush me, please. Cause to move fast or to rush or race. Move hurriedly. He rushed down the hall to receive his guests. Not accepting reservations. American football, an attempt to advance the ball by running into the line. The linebackers were ready to stop a rush. Done under pressure. A rush job. Cause to occur rapidly. Act or move at high speed. We have to rush. The swift release of a store of effective force. He got a quick rush from injecting heroin. A sudden burst of activity. Come back after the rush. Attack suddenly. Grass-like plants growing in wet places and having cylindrical, often hollow stems. Run with the ball, in football. The occurrence of a water flow resulting from sudden rain or melting snow. A sudden forceful flow. Often followed by of a large number or amount or extent. A sudden forceful flow. A sudden or abrupt strong increase. An upsurge of emotion. Rise up as if in waves. Smoke billowed up into the sky. Rise and move, as in waves or billows. A large sea wave. Become inflated. Move with great difficulty. The soldiers billowed across the muddy riverbed. The act of lifting something with great effort. The act of raising something. An upward movement, especially a rhythmical rising and falling. Make an unsuccessful effort to vomit. Strain to vomit. Rise and move, as in waves or billows. An involuntary spasm of ineffectual vomiting. A bad case of the heaves. Lift or elevate. Throwing something heavy, with great effort. He gave it a mighty heave. Bend out of shape, as under pressure or from heat. Breathe noisily, as when one is exhausted. Geology, a horizontal dislocation. Move or cause to move in a specified way, direction, or position. Throw with great effort. Utter a sound, as with obvious effort. She heaved a deep sigh when she saw the list of things to do. There are usually 2 high and 2 low tides each day. Rise or move forward. Be carried with the tide. Cause to float with the tide. Something that may increase or decrease, like the tides of the sea. A rising tide of popular interest. The periodic rise and fall of the sea level under the gravitational pull of the moon. Rise or heave upward under the influence of a natural force such as a wave. Get up and out of bed. An increase in cost. They asked for a 10% rise in rates. Return from the dead. Christ is risen. Theology, the origination of the Holy Spirit at Pentecost. A movement upward. They cheered the rise of the hot air balloon. Rise up. Increase in volume. Come up, of celestial bodies. The sun also rises. The amount of salary is increased. The act of changing location in an upward direction. Go up or advance. A wave that lifts the surface of the water or ground. Move to a better position in life or to a better job. Rise in rank or status. Come into existence. Take on form or shape. Increase in value or to a higher point. An upward slope or grade, as in a road. The car couldn't make it up the rise. Take part in a rebellion. Renounce a former allegiance. The property possessed by a slope or surface that rises. Increase in price or value. Become more extreme. Come to the surface. Move upward. Rise to one's feet. A growth in strength or number or importance. Exert oneself to meet a challenge. Rise to a challenge. Get up and out of bed. Return from the dead. The dead are to uprise. Rise up as in fear. It was a sight to make one's hair uprise. Come up, of celestial bodies. Come into existence. Take on form or shape. Move upward. Rise to one's feet. Ascend as a sound. Result or issue. Get up and out of bed. Come into existence. Take on form or shape. Take part in a rebellion. Renounce a former allegiance. Originate or come into being. Move upward. Rise to one's feet. Result or issue. start running, functioning, or operating. Come up, of celestial bodies. Originate or come into being. Move toward, travel toward something or somebody or approach something or somebody. Get something or somebody for a specific purpose. Gather, money or other resources, together over time. Gather or bring together. Come to the surface. Move upward. Be mentioned. Bring forth, usually something desirable. Travel up. Go up a ladder. Go upward with gradual or continuous progress. Burn completely. Be consumed or destroyed by fire. Move towards. Increase in value or to a higher point. Move upward. Be erected, built, or constructed. Lifting device consisting of a platform or cage that is raised and lowered mechanically in a vertical shaft in order to move people from one floor to another in a building. Raise or haul up with or as if with mechanical help. The act of raising something. He responded with a lift of his eyebrow. Fly people or goods to or from places not accessible by other means. Food is airlifted into Bosnia. Invigorate or heighten. Lift my spirits. Make off with belongings of others. Transportation of people or goods by air, especially when other means of access are unavailable. Rise up. Cancel officially. Lift an embargo. Perform cosmetic surgery on someone's face. Take illegally. A wave that lifts the surface of the water or ground. Put an end to. Lift a ban. Plastic surgery to remove wrinkles and other signs of aging from your face. An incision is made near the hairline and skin is pulled back and excess tissue is excised. Some actresses have more than one facelift. The event of something being raised upward. Raise from a lower to a higher position. Move upwards. Lift one's eyes. Take without referencing from someone else's writing or speech, of intellectual property. The component of the aerodynamic forces acting on an airfoil that opposes gravity. Move upward. The fog lifted. Raise in rank or condition. The new law lifted many people from poverty. A powered conveyance that carries skiers up a hill. A device worn in a shoe or boot to make the wearer look taller or to correct a shortened leg. A ride in a car. He gave me a lift home. Call to stop the hunt or to retire, as of hunting dogs. Make audible. He lifted a war whoop. One of the layers forming the heel of a shoe or boot. Pay off, a mortgage. Remove from a seedbed or from a nursery. Lift the tulip bulbs. Remove from a surface. The detective carefully lifted some fingerprints from the table. Remove, hair, by scalping. Rise upward, as from pressure or moisture. The floor is lifting slowly. Take hold of something and move it to a different location. Lift the box onto the table. Take off or away by decreasing. Lift the pressure. Take root crops out of the ground. Lift potatoes. The act of giving temporary assistance. Move to a better position in life or to a better job. Move upward. Designed or arranged to offer the least resistance to fluid flow. The motion characteristic of fluids, liquids or gases. Something that resembles a flowing stream in moving continuously. The museum had planned carefully for the flow of visitors. Fall or flow in a certain way. Her long black hair flowed down her back. The monthly discharge of blood from the uterus of non-pregnant women from puberty to menopause. The semen begins to appear in males and to be emitted at the same time of life that the catamenia begin to flow in females. Move or progress freely as if in a stream. The crowd flowed out of the stadium. The amount of fluid that flows in a given time. Dominant course, suggestive of running water, of successive events or ideas. The flow of thought. The motion characteristic of fluids, liquids or gases. Undergo menstruation. The act of flowing or streaming, continuous progression. Move along, of liquids. Water flowed into the cave. Any uninterrupted stream or discharge. Be abundantly present. The champagne flowed at the wedding. Cause to flow. The artist flowed the washes on the paper. Cover or swamp with water. Exaggerate or make bigger. Make large. Blow up an image. Cause to burst with a violent release of energy. Add details to. To swell or cause to enlarge. Fill with gas or air. Burst and release energy is through a violent chemical or physical reaction. Get very angry and fly into a rage. Exaggerate or make bigger. The charges were inflated. Fill with gas or air. Inflate a balloons. Become inflated. Cause prices to rise by increasing the available currency or credit. The war inflated the economy. Increase the amount or availability of, creating a rise in value. Inflate the currency. General line of orientation. The river takes a southern course. Construction. A layer of masonry. A course of bricks. A connected series of events or actions or developments. The government took a firm course. As might be expected. A mode of action. If you persist in that course, you will surely fail. A body of students who are taught together. Education imparted in a series of lessons or meetings. He took a course in basket weaving. Move along, of liquids. A line or route along which something travels or moves. The course of the river. Facility consisting of a circumscribed area of land or water laid out for a sport. The course had only 9 holes. Hunt with hounds. He often courses hares. Move swiftly through or over. Part of a meal served at one time. She prepared a 3-course meal. Food for domestic livestock. Take in food, used of animals only. Profit from in an exploitatory manner. He feeds on her insecurity. Give food to. Introduce continuously. Feed carrots into a food processor. Provide with fertilizers or add nutrients to. Move along, of liquids. The Missouri feeds into the Mississippi. Gratify. Feed one's eyes on a gorgeous view. Feed into. Supply. Her success feeds her vanity. Provide as food. Serve as food for. Be the food for. This dish feeds 6. Support or promote. A small stream. Have a particular form. The story or argument runs as follows. Perform as expected when applied. Does this old car still run well? Compete in a race. He is running the marathon this year. Become undone. A row of unraveled stitches. She got a run in her stocking. A score in baseball made by a runner touching all 4 bases safely. The Yankees scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Run, stand, or compete for an office or a position. Who's running for treasurer this year? Come unraveled or undone as if by snagging. Her nylons were running. Direct or control. Projects, businesses, etc. She is running a relief operation in the Sudan. Extend or continue for a certain period of time. The film runs 5 hours. A race between candidates for elective office. He is raising money for a Senate run. Include as the content, broadcast or publicize. Pass over, across, or through. The act of testing something. Travel a route regularly. Carry out a process or program, as on a computer or a machine. Run a new program on the Mac. Flee. Take to one's heels, cut and run. If you see this man, run. Cause something to pass or lead somewhere. Have a tendency or disposition to do or be something, be inclined. These dresses run small. Stretch out over a distance, space, time, or scope. Run or extend between 2 points or beyond a certain point. Service runs all the way to Cranberry. The act of running, traveling on foot at a fast pace. He broke into a run. Cause to emit recorded audio or video. Keep company. The heifers run with the bulls to produce offspring. Change or be different within limits. Interest rates run from 5 to 10%. Deal in illegally, such as arms or liquor. Continue to exist. A race run on foot. She broke the record for the half-mile run. An unbroken series of events. Nicholas had a run of birdies. Reduce or cause to be reduced from a solid to a liquid state, usually by heating. The pouring forth of a fluid. American football. A play in which a player attempts to carry the ball through or past the opposing team. The defensive line braced to stop the run. Be diffused. These dyes and colors are guaranteed not to run. Move along, of liquids. Progress by being changed. Run through your presentation before the meeting. Pursue for food or sport, as of wild animals. The dogs are running deer. An unbroken chronological sequence. The play had a long run on Broadway. A regular trip. The ship made its run in record time. A short trip. Take a run into town. Be affected by, be subjected to. Run at temperature. Be operating, running or functioning. The car is still running, turn it off. Carry out. Run an errand. Cause an animal to move fast. Run the dogs. Cause to perform. Run a subject. Change from one state to another. Run amok. Cover by running. Run a certain distance. Make without a miss. Move about freely and without restraint, or act as if running around in an uncontrolled way. Who are these people running around in the building? Move fast by using one's feet, with one foot off the ground at any given time. Don't run, you'll be out of breath. Occur persistently. Musical talent runs in the family. Run with the ball, in such sports as football. Sail before the wind. Set animals loose to graze. The continuous period of time during which something, a machine or a factory, operates or continues in operation. The assembly line was on a 12-hour run. The production achieved during a continuous period of operation, of a machine or factory, etc. A daily run of 100,000 gallons of paint. Travel rapidly, by any, unspecified, means. She always runs to Italy, because she has a lover there. Unrestricted freedom to use. He has the run of the house. The act of increasing something. The amount by which something increases. They proposed an increase of 15% in the fare. The act of increasing something. He gave me an increase in salary. A quantity that is added. A process of becoming larger or longer or more numerous or more important. The increase in unemployment. A change resulting in an increase. The increase is scheduled for next month. Become bigger or greater in amount. The amount of work increased. Make bigger or more. The boss finally increased her salary. One of a series of ridges that moves across the surface of a liquid, especially across a large body of water. Signal with the hands or nod. She waved to her friends. Move or swing back and forth. She waved her gun. Physics. A movement up and down or back and forth. An undulating curve. One of a series of ridges that moves across the surface of a liquid, especially across a large body of water. Move in a wavy pattern or with a rising and falling motion. The waves rolled towards the beach. Twist or roll into coils or ringlets. The act of signaling by a movement of the hand. A hairdo that creates undulations in the hair. A member of the Women's Reserve of the United States Navy. Originally organized during World War II but now no longer a separate branch. A movement like that of a sudden occurrence or increase in a specified phenomenon. A wave of settlers. A persistent and widespread unusual weather condition, especially of unusual temperatures. A heat wave. Set waves in. She asked the hairdresser to wave her hair. Something that rises rapidly. A wave of emotion swept over him. Get better. To make better.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.